Hello to the friends. You have come across another daily race run-through video. On this week's edition, we bring to you Red Bull Ring in Group 4 cars. In a most uncharacteristic fashion, the Huracan was not the dominant car on the leaderboards. In fact, it was nowhere to be found. In a surprising twist, the Lancer was the actual go-to car with the G70 and maybe a couple other options that people were using. So we as a community actually practiced this combination on Saturday, and we had what I would say is a phenomenal time together. And when we race casually like this, you can basically pick whatever car you want. I mean, whatever you feel like doing. And so it provides a great mixture of cars that are out on the field. However, in the dailies, it's a totally different story. You pretty much got to try out what everybody else is using if you want to be competitive and hang with everybody. So the Lancer it was for us. Now Group 4 is usually my jam. Most of the time I can usually get acclimated pretty quickly, and I'm ready to race after about 30 minutes or so. Not this time around. The top time in the world was essentially a 135 flat, and since the lap time was in the 130s, we knew that we would need to be close to a second off of that pace if we wanted to be competitive in the daily races. But I would have to admit, I was having some struggles. I was losing so much time to this ghost that I was following on each turn, and it was really perplexing to me. This ghost that I was following was the top time in the world. Red Bull Ring is a very different track from other tracks. One of the main differences is that there are 3 big braking zones that go into really slow corners. Carrying enough speed and getting on the throttle as early as possible is paramount to getting a good time. And we were trying. We were giving it our best shot, but it was not working out. The 36s came quickly enough, but that was essentially 2 seconds off the top time. Not good enough for the races that we were going to end up facing. Getting 1 more second off of my time was proving really difficult. Add to that the very stingy track limits, and we were getting penalties all over the place. Well, I was definitely faster. Too bad I was illegal. Goodness gracious. Yeah, might as well just get all of the stuff. Get all the penalties. More penalties, yay. I don't know, it's really hard to get this car turned. Nope. But I think it's just an adjustment I still need to make. Give them to me, game. Give them to me. Fine. Oh. Well, we're finding out where the limits are. I was trying to follow the ghost and its lines, but it seemed like we weren't able to copy it for some reason. And that seemed to be the issue. I'd be right on the ghost going into a turn. I'd follow the line as best as possible. I'd get on the throttle at or later than what the ghost was doing, and I'd go wide almost every time. I don't know if the friends that were watching at the time were catching on, but I was kind of frustrated, and I was trying not to let it show. So I decided to watch the fastest times replay for a second time. I found that he was abusing the gears, much more than I was, and he dropped a second when he was turning too. And that seemed to be how he was getting the car turned at least a little bit more. Went back onto the laps, getting some practice in, but the next 16 laps, they were the same story. I did feel like I was turning in a little bit better, and the gearing and rotations were coming, but no improvement. As Ledpencil, I was morphing into the fully fledged monster Lead Penalty, my slightly more careless and deranged alter ego, until finally we managed to shave a 10th off of our time. Not really the improvement I was looking for, especially seeing my optimal was all the way down to a 36.1. So it was about time to get racing after nearly an hour and a half of practice. And while I was getting into this, a thought occurred to me, thing that I want to try. I'm gonna go ahead and enter into the next race. I'm gonna enter into the next race. I'm gonna see about, I think it's all in the braking. I really do. I'm doing what needs to be done. Exiting the corners. I think we figured that out. My braking, my ABS. To default. I'm gonna see if that does anything. Almost immediately I felt the difference. It was like I got into a different car. Oh. I felt it immediately right at turn 1. But there wasn't enough time to practice the rest of the way. We had to get into the next race. So the first race we did wasn't the best. But our very next qualifying session, we instantly improved. The races still weren't coming together completely. I could show you a lot of kind of poor outcomes as far as that goes. Even with the point 3, we were starting in the middle of the grid. I decided to take one race off and get us as close to that goal of being 1 second off the top time as possible. We managed to take another crucial 10th off. After getting that point 2 and getting more comfortable with the car, things began to feel a little more normal again. And the next 2 races went a lot better. And here is one of those races. You crazy coach. Oh yes, LL, she's the bomb. I probably have this one and one more in me. Hopefully some good results. You, what the heck, you. He's got the wipers going again. He must have a lot of bugs. Give you a win. I don't know if I'm giving you no win with Broker and Stefan ahead of me. I'll try for a podium though. I'd love to get a podium. There goes Wiper Man. Had to lift. I was going to do too wide. Oh no, I don't know if I want to do that, coach. On the racing side of things, it was really tough to carry the right amount of speed to keep the other drivers behind me and not get a penalty. LC Broker and Stefan in P1 and P2, they were dominating the field that night. I would say it was good racing with them, but unlike some other times, I'd have to use "with" in quotation marks because I could never keep up with them on this track. But they were having a good old time because they kept saying in chat how much fun they were having racing each other. Feeling the pressure, I end up managing it okay for the first lap, but the second lap was no good, and I go too wide. Though we do manage to defend successfully around the outside of turn 2. No small feat there. Like that the guy behind me is named Kill. Serving the penalty, and we end up losing a spot to T Bates with my PHG teammate Jersey right behind us. Gets the job done on turn 1 of lap 3. But what happens is all the folks that have gotten by us are all racing really closely up ahead. Yes, we've fallen to P7, but I am smelling opportunities are a-coming. Bunt. I don't know. I kind of feel like kill's worse. I mean, when you get down right down to the meanings of the words. Look at this happy conglomeration of drivers up here. Friends in chat are also having a bit of fun making puns out of my name. They continue to make me laugh throughout the race. Hunt for Red October. I like that movie. Oh, T-Bates! What happened? I'm not sure how I'm supposed to race well with these jokes. No, honestly though, y'all are hilarious, you know that, right? And it's okay. You just keep making me laugh, it's good. Turn 3, and we just spot that Mitchell has a pen. That will bring Jersey closer to him, and he's able to make the pass. I get a better run off of the final turn, and it is now a drag race to turn 1, while he goes defensive, and we actually make the pass on the outside. Props to him also for giving us the space as well. With Kill right behind me, I have to keep it as tidy as possible to bring it home. Let's check how it all shakes out. Alright, we gotta be good here. Yeah, the Lancer is the meta. We're trying to drive it and do a good job. Okay. Fourth place energy? Oh no! Did you just face palm yourself for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Fourth place energy! And we will take that fourth place energy any day of the week. Not a bad result after dropping all the way down to 7th in just a 5-lap race. That will do it for this edition of Daily Race Run Through. If you are enjoying these videos and any of the others that we put out and are not a subscriber to the channel, please become one so you can stay up to date on all the live streams, videos, and shorts that we put out on a regular basis. Later, friends. And get us as close to that goal of being 1 second off the top time as possible. And we managed.